Hello everyone, Vic Demiser here. Today we're going to be making some CBD infused chocolate treats. We have a variety of different chocolates here. We have some Mr. Good bars, some crackles, and some chopped up Kit Kat. And we have plenty of semi-sweet morsels to go in that. We're going to mix that all together. We're going to put in a little bit of crushed, ground, decarboxylized CBD flour. And we're going to put it into a mold and put it in the refrigerator, and it will be ready to enjoy. So stick around, we're going to get busy. Now the first thing we're going to do is set up our double boiler so we don't burn or scorch our chocolate. I'm going to get some water going. We're going to bring this water to a boil, and then we're going to put our pot in and remove it from the heat. Now it's important that you have just enough water in here that your pot is going to float on the water without touching the bottom, and also that you don't have so much water in there that when you're pushing down on the pot, stirring and mixing your chocolates, that it's not overflowing and splashing water out. Now I've already gotten that water to the appropriate level, so we're going to let that heat up, and we're going to get our chocolates going and get them melted up. Okay, my water is just about boiling. It's just now starting to boil. So at this time, we're going to go ahead and add the rest of our chocolates that we had, our Mr. Good bar, our crackle, our Kit Kat. Why are we putting those in there? Why not? Alright, we've got a good boil going. We're going to turn the heat off on that. I'm going to add these morsels and the rest of the chocolates together. I'm going to mix them up by hand a little bit. Okay. Put a pad down to set our hot pot on. Like I said, I've pre-measured this water so I know everything's at the right level. My pot is floating in the water. We're going to add the chocolates. And we're going to keep stirring these and stirring these and stirring these. Okay, our chocolate has been sitting in the warm pot in the water for a few minutes. We're going to keep stirring it around. It's already starting to melt up really nice. Oh, look at that. That's looking really, really good. It goes just that fast. You can feel all of the pieces of the Mr. Good bar, all the peanuts, the little Rice Krispie pieces from the crackle, the wafer from the Kit Kat bar. And that's what happens when you push a little bit too hard and you think you have gotten your water level perfect. It can splash over just a little bit. Can I say it happens? I got so excited by the chocolate I got carried away. That's going to be really, really good. We're going to let that sit there and Make sure all the little pieces are melted for a few minutes. Just wanted to show you how smooth and creamy that chocolate is. Everything's melted up really nice. And now comes to one of my favorite parts. We're going to add our CBD flower. This is a space candy. I call it my day smoke. We're not going to put a whole lot in because we're not making a super big batch. This has been pre-ground, decarboxylized, meaning this has been put in the oven and heated at 125 degrees for 60 minutes. Now, even though this is CBD flower still has trace amounts of THC in it. And, well, of course, we want to utilize that THC. So we have to heat it and make it where our body can process the THC. We're going to sprinkle it in real easy. We're going to start folding it in. And we're going to make sure it's completely mixed up into every bit of chocolate we've got in our pot. Now, why do we heat the CBD flower? Or, if we were in a different state where it didn't have to be CBD and it could be full-on THC, then we'd still go through the same process of putting it in the oven at 125 degrees for 60 minutes so we can get rid of an extra carboxyl chain that's attached. Because before it's heated, it's actually THCA, and we need to take that THCA and convert it into usable THC, and that's why we heat it. I also have another video on that you can check out if you don't know the process, just want to watch it. Alright, so all of our chocolate is completely infused with the cannabis and ready to go into our mold. So let me get that ready. What we have here for our mold is just an ice cube tray. It's a little smaller than a regular ice cube, and it has these rubber bottoms that you can push. Should help to get the pieces of chocolate out. I don't think we want to fill them all the way, maybe halfway. We'll see how much chocolate we have left. So we're not going to put any kind of grease or oil on this at all. Chocolate has a lot of fats in it, and it should let it release from the slick mold. This is brand new, no problem. So I've got a different size scoop here to try a few different things. Like I say, I don't think we want to fill these all the way up, so we're going to start with a small scoop and see how it goes. Now remember, this is chocolate. You might have to get your hands in it and get a little bit messy. So we're not going to worry about getting all that completely down in there just yet. We're going to get some in all the spots. We'll do most of them. Then we're going to give it a little shake. Say, we don't want this too thick. If we filled this all the way up, that'd be a pretty thick piece of chocolate to bite through. So that's another thing about putting cannabis in food. If you're a smoker, when you put it in food and ingest it, it's going to hit you a whole lot different. It's going to make you feel different. And you want to creep up on that. Like I said, these don't have a super high amount in them. But to start, I still wouldn't eat more than a couple of these to start with and see how it goes, see how it feels. That's the thing, once you eat it, you can't take it back. And if you're used to smoking, you know, you smoke a little something, you're gonna feel it. Less than 5 minutes or so, it's gonna hit you pretty quick. With an edible, you got a bigger window there of time to wait for it to work. Probably more like an hour to an hour and a half. Sometimes 2. So we're tapping the chocolate. Getting it to spread out. We can see our levels here. And if one's a little bit thin, that's okay. It's still going to be good. We've got a little bit of chocolate left, and look at that. Right before it was over, I dropped it right in there. But you know what? That is delicious. And I can't wait to get a hold of some of these. We're going to make sure we get all that chocolate because we don't want to waste any. Still a good bit in there. We're going to make one more whole candy. Oh, in case you noticed, the oven's back on, the stove is back on. That's at a really low heat just to keep it nice and pliable while I'm doing the work. We're done. We're going to go ahead and turn that off. We'll move that out of the way. Just a little piece of chocolate left. Perfect. And the best part is I get to clean up the mess. That's delicious. So there we go. CBD infused chocolates. Semi-sweet chocolate. A little bit of Crackle Bar, a little bit of Mr. Good Bar, a little bit of Kit Kat. A little bit of my favorite CBD flour. That's a nice thick one right there. Anyway, so I'm going to pop this in the refrigerator. Probably, some of these are thick, so we'll let it sit in there for a couple of hours or so, and everything should be hard, and we can pop these out. Put them in a little baggie, and enjoy them. I hope this was informative to y'all and you're inspired to make yourself some edibles. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, be sure to share it. I'm Victimizer, and I'll see you next time.